I've been doing a lot of filming for reviews, not much more so much for my series. Honestly, I kind of like that. I do want to continue making, like, my fan fiction. Oh my god. Yes, I'm saying fan fiction in Bridal 2026. But this makes sense, because now we are reviewing the new 2026 diecast, and, hmm, hmm, hmm. Can you not hear my voice? I'm going, Sorry you guys can't hear it. I'm like trying to convey that about the new faces. Yeah, so Thomas got a new redesign, and yeah, I'm gonna say it. I do think these redesigns aren't as bad as the All Engines Go ones. Granted, I haven't actually seen All Engines Go, so I'm like 5 minutes of an episode. But I do actually like these toys. But while buying them at the store, I realized, I don't think I'm gonna like pick out every single toy character. Like, mostly because most of them are just not good. I will be completing some ones, even though I don't really like them for collection purposes, like Toby and Mavis. I'm a big fan of Toby. He's my favorite character. Mavis, yeah, I don't. Okay, anyways, let's go. Let's get on a review. Let's review the 2026 Metal Collection. Is that what they're calling it now? Yeah. Okay, first of all, we have Thomas. I don't think if anyone's noticed it before, but Thomas kind of reminds me a bit of Ian 2. Probably my favorite part about it is the running board. I honestly really like it. It's not really detailed like I would kind of want it to be, but it still looks cool. And honestly, this Thomas was cool. The number 1 looks really nice. I like all the detail. Heck, even the rivets look cool. I don't even get the point of what's wrong with rivets. I honestly like the rivets. They're cool on Thomas engines. Thomas looks more E2 than ever here. The face, Thomas's face isn't as bad as anyone else. I mean, he looks high as hell. Like, he looks really high. But it's okay. Now we get to Annie. Nice that they at least made Annie. I mean, I do like all the detail on Annie, like all these stuff. Like, everything looks fine about it until you see the gray face. It just looks so cursed. Like, I don't know why they wanted to do this. Like, there were originally storyboards for this, but now it just looks like so weird. Now I'm even more afraid of Season 12 than I already am because of the uncanny liminal space behind the scenes photos. I mean, I do like having Annie for completion purposes. And if you take away the face, this model, yeah, it looks good. Honestly, Thomas and Annie are looking good so far. Pretty good. I like them. Now we get to probably my favorite character of the range. You know how Henry looked kind of squashed from like the last diecast Henry got? Well, this one is bigger, faster, and stronger too. I really like the TK wrap. But yeah, Henry's probably my favorite. Green shape looks nice. I honestly like his face. It's honestly one of the few faces I like. He honestly looks like the bulky guy. Though this is one thing I don't like, how they had a new unpainted, like, backside again. I do always have to have things that are unpainted. But I like Henry. Probably because they didn't really change a whole lot from him. And he looks pretty consistent. cool. I mean, okay. Now I just said, and a couple minutes ago I said Henry was my favorite engine, and yeah, he is. Honestly, kind of thought Gordon was gonna be my favorite, and I do like him. The proportions are right. I like his tender, and I like how bulky he is. My only problem is I think the front is a bit too squished. That's my whole biggest problem with it. But I do like the face, even if it feels a bit Gordon-ish, even if he's a bit too happy. But there is fun to be had with this train. I like it. Even I kind of think and while Gordon is my favorite, actually no, wait, never mind. Second favorite character out of these characters, I think Henry is the better train. Now let's move on to oh yeah, James. Yay. Okay, so James. It's not bad, but it's not great. I actually kinda like James. Somewhat. My only problem is he looks too much like Edward. Like, look at that face. That's something you would want to see. You see something more like out of Edward and not like a James face. I mean, on the actual box art, it looks more like James a bit with... at least I think it does. Well, I can't be the only one. Actually, no, I'm not the only one who thinks it's like AI. But on the toy, it looks more Edward-ish. I don't know if I'm the only one to see that. Am I? But aside from the face, what else he has? Well, I think the body looks nice. Specifically the top, it looks James-ish. The tender, while a bit big, I think it's okay. And the gray wheels. Yeah, what's with giving James gray wheels? Is this like a... like a new thing for James? Are we just gonna make him gray wheels? Or is this like a contribute to like Bachman? It's okay, I like him. He's fine like this. Okay, now time for the character we've all wanted to see. Now we all know Thomas and Gordon and James. Yeah, I've seen these guys before. But why don't we see someone else? Henry. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, I'd like to see Henry in a new episode. How about a character that hasn't even been an entire generation like All Engines Go? Boom! Oliver. Okay, so obviously Oliver is kind of my favorite now, right? Yeah. I'm so sorry, Henry, I love you, my man, but Oliver, he's like been out of the franchise for so long. Now, I think I like everything about... Okay, not everything. I don't like how his, like, front is not, like, painted. But aside from that, this is still pretty... I really like this Oliver. The proportions are just right. I like all the details. Like, wow, this looks nice. I think even rivets. Even his face, I actually kind of like. Oh, I know, it's also Toad. I like Toad's backside. Like, from the back, you can't really tell this looks like a nice train. But then there's the face. Now, at first it didn't bother me at first, but then I watched Unlucky Tug's video. It said that, like, and it does kind of, it's kind of an issue that bugs me with, like, most of these trains. To quote Unlucky Tug, basically, mostly the faces had such uniqueness. Now they're, like, all just kind of generic. And yeah, they are. Oliver had this really unique nose with nostrils. Now his nose is just normal. James has a more pointy nose instead of his round nose. And Annie and Clarabelle have these gray faces. And Toad, like someone on Lucky Tug said, he was like this kind of like cute, ugly guy. That he kind of, I mean, you can't go wrong with his old design. I can't show it now because my Chromebook's over there and I don't feel like reaching it. But then you have this, and he just looks like a regular guy. So I think, okay, if I were to rank them, what do I think of all these toys? Actually, I like them. I'm not gonna like buy every single train though. Like when I was at the store today, I felt like if I was just gonna like buy characters I didn't like, such as Birdie, Harold, or like of like designs I didn't like, I probably wasn't gonna buy them. Granted, it's mostly those two. The engines are different because I like to own them for completion services. It's, like you can't have Mavis without Toby without like Mavis, or like you can't have Bill and Ben without Salty. Sure, I don't like Mavis and Salty's designs, or Toby for that matter, but I have to include it because A, I like them as characters. Two, it would feel wrong to not include them. There are some characters I don't want to collect, mostly the road non-train vehicles with like trains. I like trains. Unless you're a mixer, or I don't really care for you. Patrick, my beloved. Just want to include Patrick. So, don't expect a review of Harold. I hate that guy with all my guts. I'm not buying that. Ever. No matter what you do. You can't get it. Sell it to me for any money. I mean, I might do it for like $10,000. Like, unless you give me $10,000 and... I actually don't think that's how it works. But anyways, I like all these guys. I do want to use them in my videos. I'm making my own Thomas fan series. Like, similar to Blue Trainer Friends. Only this time I won't be as comedic. But I'm starting to question, should I just like turn that series into like Mario and Friends? Speaking of which, I think Mario and Friends is kind of like the series I want to go forward. I don't really know what I want to do with Blue Trainer Friends, or like most of my other projects. Blue Trainer Friends is like the only other Mario project I will do. And you better be wondering, what about Jeffrey and Junior's Adventures? Well, I think that series might be coming to an end. I might still use Jeffy and Junior, but I'm debating whether I should just like add them to Mario and Friends, or just us give their return to the old SNL parody style. While I would kind of like to do that, I still kind of want to differentiate myself from SNL, since I still haven't really found a good video, really got into it. I mean, I still do watch them, but they don't really have the same charm as they used to. Okay, now about you're wondering, what does any of this have to do with like talking train and? Okay, fine. I do want to. This is just like some other stuff, and I know I've been absent from YouTube as of recently. It's not because I have trouble writing. It's just I kind of get distracted. I'm playing out Zelda Ocarina of Time, a lot of more video games. Sometimes I just don't really feel it. YouTube. But I do want to include more characters in the Mario Friends. I want to have it be this big everyone is here show, similar to Smash Bros. And I mean everyone. I want to include Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, K-pop Demon Hunters, Power Rangers, Marvel, Ninjago, Don't Kill Me, My Little Pony, Equestria. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show my face into this town again, just by saying that. Miraculously, oh my god. Okay, that one's not so bad. I like made a video before talking about them before. Basically, any superhero. And oh yeah, can't forget my goat Ben 10. Basically, all those guys I want to add into Mario and Friends after like the whole multiverse stuff. Because like the multiverse is kind of dying, trend is kind of dying. So I think it'd be better to just end it this year or maybe next year. Anyways, back to like the train reviews. I know I kind of forgot to talk about them. But anyways, how would I rate them all? I would rate them an 8 out of 10. I'll give you all my ratings. Thomas is a 9 out of 10. Henry is a 9 out of 10 as well. Gordon is an 8 out of 10. James is a 7 out of 10. Okay. Oliver is still a 9 out of 10. Yeah, these guys are all just 9 out of 10s for me. But I really like this range. It also reminds me of the Cars range. Anyways, that's the end of the Thomas stuff. Yeah, I know it's like not flowed together well. But anyways, I'm gonna really try to focus more on YouTube now, because like I really do like you doing YouTube, telling all these stories I can think of. See you later, guys. Bye. You guys started to think that kid doesn't know we're alive? Yeah, I think so too. You know, what do we do when we're like not? He's not here. I don't know, my good friend. Hey, is that a portal? Wait, why does that guy look like me? I don't know. Oh, thank God, I can speak now. Wow, is that a portal? And it looks like 2 versions of me, and we need your help.